In a forest kingdom where the trees were so ancient they seemed to hold the sky on their shoulders, time moved differently than in the world beyond. These towering giants, oak, maple, and pine, had witnessed centuries pass like seasons, their roots drinking from streams that had carved the same paths since the world was young. The forest floor was a tapestry of fallen leaves, and a crystal clear river wound through the heart of this realm like a silver ribbon, creating perfect mirrors that reflected the sky above. In this timeless sanctuary lived a fox named Russet, who wasn't the biggest or strongest creature, but believed with all his heart that he was the most magnificent. His vanity wasn't rooted in his cunning mind or swift paws, it was anchored entirely in the glorious spectacle of his tail. It was truly a wonder to behold. In autumn's crisp air, it burned with the color of 1,000 sunrises, a torch against the falling leaves. During winter's cold quiet, it blazed like fire against endless white snow. When sunlight caught it perfectly, sparks of pure red and gold seemed to dance from every hair. This wasn't merely beautiful, it was a masterpiece of nature's artistry, fuller than any fox's tail had a right to be, with layers of luxurious fur that moved like liquid flame. The tail was Russet's pride, his identity, his entire world. He spent hours each day preening by the river's edge, where water provided a perfect mirror for his self-admiration. He would arrange and rearrange each hair, practice elegant movements that best displayed his glorious appendage. He didn't simply walk through the forest, he performed, each step calculated, every swish of his tail a choreographed dance for an imaginary audience. The other woodland inhabitants had grown thoroughly tired of Russet's endless displays and boasting. The rabbits would stop nibbling their clover and roll their eyes whenever he appeared. High in the trees, squirrels had developed an entire repertoire of chatter dedicated to discussing his silliness, their conversations punctuated by chittering laughs and dramatic imitations of his strutting walk. Even Brutus, the massive old bear known for his stoic patience, would release deep rumbling sighs whenever Russet pranced past his fishing spot. The deer would pause in their grazing to shake their heads sadly, understanding that true grace came from humility, not constant self-promotion. One evening, as twilight painted the sky purple and pink, Russet performed near the great oak, where Sage, the great horned owl, perched. This ancient creature, whose wisdom was legendary throughout the woodland, rarely spoke, but tonight felt compelled to intervene. "Fox," the owl finally hooted, his voice a gravelly whisper carrying the weight of centuries. "You build your home on a foundation of sand. Your pride will be your undoing. The more you love your tail, the more it will come to own you." Russet looked up with irritation and dismissiveness. "Nonsense. Old bird, my tail is my glory, not my master. It makes me special, sets me apart from every ordinary creature in this forest." The owl's amber eyes grew deeper. "What is admired," he said quietly, "can easily become a cage." But Russet was beyond hearing wisdom. With an elaborate flick of his magnificent tail, he vanished into the shadows, his sharp laughter echoing like breaking glass. Winter arrived early and severe that year. One morning, thick frost painted every surface in crystalline silver, and low mist hung over the river like a ghostly shroud. Russet, driven by hunger but still carrying his usual arrogance, ventured out to hunt. The harsh weather had made prey scarce, and his stomach gnawed with increasing urgency. As he padded along the forest edge, his keen eyes spotted something that made him freeze. There, gleaming in pale morning light, was a hunter's trap, iron jaws partially concealed beneath frost and leaves. Inside sat a thick slab of fresh meat, positioned with deliberate precision. "A fool's bait," he muttered, his breath forming clouds in frigid air. His sharp mind immediately recognized the danger. "A trick for the careless, but I am no fool. I am the cleverest creature in this forest." But even as he spoke these words of caution, another voice whispered in his mind, the seductive voice of temptation, fed by his endless vanity. He began imagining the scene if he could claim that meat. Picture the other animals seeing him return triumphant, carrying a hunter's prize, evidence of both beauty and daring. He could see squirrels gasping in awe, rabbits wide-eyed with admiration, and most vividly his own reflection in the river, a daring hero with his magnificent tail blazing like a banner of victory. The idea grew like a poisonous flower, beautiful but deadly. It blinded him to reason, caution, and generations of wisdom about human traps. His heart hammered with reckless pride that drowned out every other sound. "What is risk?" he whispered, trembling with excitement. "When the reward is eternal glory?" Russet crept forward with predatory precision. Formulating his simple plan, grab the meat with his teeth and yank it free before the trap could respond. His legendary speed would easily outmatch any human contraption. As he approached, his magnificent tail swayed behind him, heavier than usual in the cold air. His thick winter coat made it even more luxurious but also more cumbersome. In this moment of intense focus on the prize ahead, he forgot entirely about the glorious appendage that defined his identity. He positioned himself carefully, muscles coiled like springs, golden eyes fixed on the meat with laser intensity. Every nerve concentrated on this ultimate challenge that would prove his superiority. He leaned forward, jaws opening to seize the prize. Snap! The sound exploded through the quiet morning like thunderclap, sharp, final, devastating. But the trap's cruel jaws hadn't caught his paw as expected. Instead, they had clamped down on something far more precious, his magnificent, glorious tail. The very appendage he had spent his life admiring, grooming, and showing off, the foundation of his self-worth, was now firmly trapped in iron grip. Russet's cry of agony tore through the woods like a soul being torn apart. It was a sound of profound betrayal, complete devastation, of a world suddenly upside down. His tail, his pride, his identity had become his prison. For hours, Russet struggled with increasing desperation. The more he pulled, the tighter the jaws clamped down, and each failed attempt brought deeper hopelessness and humiliation. News spread quickly through the forest network. Squirrels carried the story branch to branch, but their usual mockery was absent, replaced by genuine sadness. Crows perched above, cawing with somber rather than mocking voices, recognizing this was suffering, not entertainment. From somewhere unseen, the ancient owl's presence cast a shadow across the scene. His warning echoed painfully, "The more you love your tail, the more it will come to own you." As daylight faded, Russet's strength failed. Finally, with every remaining ounce of desperation, he gave one massive, wrenching pull. Suddenly, he was free. But freedom came at a terrible price. The beautiful, fiery tip of his tail, the most magnificent part, remained in the trap, torn away by his final struggle for liberty. Ashamed beyond measure, bleeding and broken in spirit, Russet retreated to the forest's deepest, darkest parts where sunlight never touched ground and no creature ventured. Among twisted roots and shadowy hollows, he hid his humiliation from the world. For days, he remained in self-imposed exile, his self-pity wrapping around him like a suffocating cloak. Every glimpse of his ragged tail stump brought fresh waves of shame and loss. He replayed events endlessly, torturing himself with what-ifs and if-onlys. But gradually something began changing in Russet's experience. Without his tail's weight and bulk, he discovered unprecedented swiftness. He could turn instantly, pivot with lightning speed, sprint with effortless grace that surprised him. His balance, no longer dependent on his tail's counterweight, was more centered and stable. Without hours spent daily preening and gazing at his reflection, he found vast amounts of previously wasted time. He explored unknown forest paths, discovered hidden dens and secret fishing spots, learned the woodland's quiet habits in ways he never had before. Most surprisingly, when he stopped boasting and making every conversation about himself, other animals didn't turn away anymore. They actually listened, seeing him as a different fox entirely, wiser, more thoughtful, more genuine. With each passing day, Russet's overwhelming shame was replaced by something unprecedented: quiet, deep peace. He had lost his physical glory, but discovered something far more valuable: wisdom earned through suffering, humility born of experience, and self-worth independent of others' admiration. He began understanding that his beautiful tail had been as much a prison as the metal trap. His obsession with it had prevented full living, genuine relationships, and discovering his capabilities beyond appearance. The fox who emerged from those dark depths was transformed, quieter, more thoughtful, more aware of the world and his place in it. His movements were no longer performances but natural grace of a creature at peace with itself. As seasons turned, Russet's role among woodland creatures transformed completely. No longer the vain show-off to be avoided, he became something far more valuable: a storyteller, teacher, and voice of hard-won wisdom. He would gather young kits and cubs during soft evening light, telling his story with humility and genuine concern for others. His tale became forest legend, whispered throughout the woodland and passed down through generations. At each telling's end, he would show his short, ragged tail, no longer shameful but a badge of his journey, a symbol of wisdom, a reminder that true beauty comes from within. "Beware of vanity," he would say, his voice carrying experience's weight and genuine care's gentleness. "It promises glory but is a trap more dangerous than any hunter's device. It will take what you hold most dear and replace it with emptiness." True strength isn't found in what you show the world, but in who you are when no one is watching. Real beauty isn't something others see, it's something they feel in your presence, your kindness, your wisdom, your genuine care. And so the story of the foolish fox who learned wisdom through loss was passed down throughout the forest kingdom, teaching every creature that a heart full of pride is indeed a trap, but a spirit of humility can set you free, making you stronger, wiser, and more truly beautiful than any external glory ever could.